Yeah, it's the rap guy, the trap lord. Sneak. Good looking Jones. I'm on some shit. Yeah. Man, that nigga keep playing, he getting hit. Yeah. He paralyzed, won't forget it. Try to kill that nigga, yeah, I admit it. Aimed at his loaf, but I missed his biscuit. Eye for an eye, you know these streets wicked. Young boys masked up, this shit vicious. Go to jail, they become bitches. Snatch your honor, you become snitches. Every dollar count, I'm about my riches. Paparazzi out taking bitches. Street nigga gun in my britches. Different strokes, different folks tie bridges. Well-rounded.
Welcome back to the Vibes Podcast. I'm your host, FM.
I'm Mayana Camille.
Today we got a special guest in the building, Philly's own, the man who brings fire to the kitchen and Hell's Kitchen star, and a chef who knows to turn up the heat. Chef Millie, what's good?
Chuck, you stopped on that turn up part. I'm like, who telling my business? I'm supposed to turn up part like that.
You turn it up? We find out.
Oh yeah, that ain't for the public. You feel me? That ain't Chef Millie for the public.
I'm
We the
trying to
Millie.
get something that somebody does.
What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm happy to be here. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
Hey man, I appreciate you for that. Well, we had the interview in the bag for a while. I just was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it.
Right.
And we both had an idea of how we wanted to do it. We still
Yeah, no.
gonna get that done.
Yeah.
'Cause I think
That
that
need.
would be a way better one.
No, but the public just need to see that though.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
It
definitely.
it ain't, that's more in depth.
Yeah.
So,
So tell the people who you are for those who our viewers may not know.
Well, it's Chef Millie, the #1 food traveler, numero uno. Chef Millie, I done did everything in Philly, from the bars, the clubs, the restaurants, Warm Daddies. I mean,
Everything.
that's what I say, from Warm Daddies to 22nd in Indiana. You already know what it is. So now I'm in Kensington at Table for Three. So like I said, front, back.
At the table for three.
You already know, Golf and Socials, Finest. You see what I'm saying? Like, if it was popping, I probably was there. Cause it's just a different when you bring food. But other than that, Hell's Kitchen, 2 seasons on Hell's Kitchen.
That's dope.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't say that.
And then, so I was on 14. I was on 17. 17 was an All Stars.
Not you an all-star Hell Kitchen.
Yeah, All Star. And then, when we got shut down, pandemic, boom, they ran me back, reruns. You feel me? They gave me some reruns, like Good Times.
That's
You feel me? You feel me? I'm like, I got reruns, because they put me back on, Wednesday night. You see what I'm saying? They put it right back on, so I had reruns. So, that's a big thing, because that's something.
That's how they get their money.
Yeah, that's how, 14 was the highest rated season of all time. And then 17 got reruns. So it's like, I'm Hell's Kitchen,
Running it.
Finest, like
Hall of Fame. That's dope.
run on there.
When did you know cooking was your passion?
For me, I think it probably was around probably like 23, 24. You feel me? I was, I ain't grow up I want to be a chef or nothing like that. You feel me? I cooked my whole life, now, looking back on it, I did cook on a different level my whole life from a kid. But no, I wasn't growing up I'm gonna be a chef or nothing like that. And then 23, 24, I was working in Center City at the Marriott. And this was my second job in a hotel. But where I came from, I guess, my pedigree and my teachings was so high. When I got to the Marriott, it was this sweet. You feel me? It was nothing, it was cake when I got there. So then the stuff that they thought was hard or whatever, they would ask me to do. And then I would do it and they would be looking at me like, wow. And I'm looking all right, cool. So then, I just started, getting a feel for it. And it actually used to get people would always ask me to cook for them, just always. So I'd be lay off me, you feel me? Lay off me. And then at one point I just, I came to the realization that's why I'm here. Once I accepted my gift, you know, it cleared up a lot of, you know, clouds and a lot of, you know, stuff for me. And then at that point, it was like cook all the time, at any time. You know what I'm saying?
How did growing up in Philly shape your style?
Or cooking? Or
Your style of you.
Or just me?
Just your style of you.
Well, me, period, just having to be confrontational, you know, and having to stand on your own. You know, that's like the first, you know, like the first thing, you know, in Philly, like, you know, you can't be no bitch. So like, you know, let's start there. Like, it's either, you know, it's one or the other. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what helped, you know, formed it. You know, I was, you know, in the streets. You see what I'm saying? You know, up shop, right, bagging bags at a young age. You see what I'm saying? We still in Candy. You know, doing all of that kind of stuff. So I was getting suspended and all of that. But so I had to do it for myself. You know, if you always in trouble, I had one of them parents that like, you know, you ain't getting shit if you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you ain't getting nothing. So, you know, that helped form, you know, me having to get it by myself from the mud at all times. Because at a young age, wasn't no, you know, it wasn't their fault they wasn't doing that, or my fault. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was a bad kid, so, you know, I ain't deserved to be rewarded. So, you know, but that helped form, like I said, it really did. Like ain't nobody gonna be there for you, bro. Like under no circumstances. So whatever you gonna do, you gonna have to do it, and you're gonna have to stand on it. Like, so, but other than that, you know, like even down to like my style of dress. My style of dress come from a Philly thing, you know, not being a dick eater.
Yeah.
I ain't dressing like nobody else. You feel me? Like, I'm just not gonna dress like nobody else.
Man, we need that message.
You know what I'm saying?
To all you YNs.
So, you know.
You need to stop dressing alike.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I don't want no trouble.
I got you back. Don't worry.
But you know, but that's really what it was. You know what I'm saying? And then back when I was growing up, with the fashion side of things, it was like Jordache was like the low end side of things. It wasn't like you could wear, you know, like find a good sweatsuit, you see what I'm saying, and just rock out. No. It was either like Tommy, Nordica, Moschino, Polo, or it was Jordache or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So what I did, I had found this little niche, you feel me? Because I really couldn't afford it. So I found this little niche and I had started wearing Dickie suits, right? So it's funny because somebody came in Table for Three the other day and confirmed it. And a 50-year-old person to confirm it, that nobody really wore Dickie suits. You see what I'm saying? So I started wearing Dickie suits like before everybody was wearing Dickie suits.
Not a trendsetter.
When it was like, I was laughed at for it. Like, bro, you look like you just came home from jail in a tan Dickie suit. You look like a trash man in a green Dickie suit. You feel me?
Dickie suits always been popping now.
No. Only a selected few people wore it.
Right. And then and that's why I say I actually got it because my pop was an iron worker, and then my step pop was a trash man.
So you've been seeing.
I've been seeing the work gear, but at the end of the day, my pop being an iron worker, I ain't seen nobody with more money than my pop. And my step pop being a trash man, I ain't seen nobody with more money than my step pop being a trash man, because he was a trash man like out the county or something. So
that just equal like money to you.
That's what we missing today, because it's like now that the hustler is being more praised than the working man. In all reality, most of the times, like you said, Iron Man, Trash Man, them was the top jobs back then.
Even still to
this day.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The work thing, you know, and the hustler being glorified, or even the entrepreneur being glorified, and not the worker. I could just go ahead and give you a whole bunch of glorification things to be a worker. Like, where my camera at? If you get a job, right, and you go to work, guess what happens? You're not spending money, right? So you at work and you're not spending money. 2, the people that you work with guaranteed to have money because they at work with you. So then now you make friends, you wind up making friends with people that got money.
Makes sense.
So it was always a good job for me to go to work, like, especially because I started in the food industry. So I peeped, and it was a jump shot. My boys used to be on the block waiting for me For real, because they knew I was coming home with a bag full of cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
They knew I was coming straight to the block. You feel me?
Yeah.
Bag full of cheeseburgers. Wherever I was working at, oh no, he's coming to the block with a book bag
That's
full
how I
of
used
it.
to be working at food.
You see what I'm saying?
I used to hook us up.
So
Chick-fil-A, McDonald's.
that's what it really be. So at that point, it was really like, you know, I had like a little niche going. You see what I'm saying? So I'm on the block with my boys.
Mhm.
I'm going to work. I work at 3 to 11. So what? I could be on the block in the morning with my boys, go get on the bus, jump on the 33, go down Ridge Avenue, go to work in Center City, get off at 11 o'clock, get on the 33, come back to the block, out there till 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, you see what I'm saying? I ain't got to
That's
work till
definitely
3.
somebody working in the restaurant industry.
So all that right there, you see what I'm saying, help like mold who I am. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm actually going downtown and I gotta cook certain foods.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's my job. So at the end of the day, it's my job. And then now, you know, trying to like be good at my job, you gotta learn certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta taste the food. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm making mashed potatoes from scratch. You feel me? I'm making rice, you know, in a pot, you know, good rice with garlic and butter in it. You know what I'm saying? All types of good Alfredo sauce from scratch. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was working in the food industry so long, I had never made Alfredo sauce like with the jar from the market. Yeah, I had never. Yeah, my family never knew of. Yeah, like, I'm talking about like 301 West Queen Lane Projects, 3rd floor. Never had a jar of Alfredo sauce. You feel me? 23rd Street, between Montgomery and Ridge Avenue. Never had a jar of Alfredo sauce. You feel me? It was always straight. Mike Ricola, some OG from South Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me how to make Alfredo when I was probably like 18, 19 years old in a hotel. You feel me? And he was like, no, this is how you make it. And from that point on, that's just how I made it. Yeah. So
let's jump in. Let's jump into Hell's Kitchen TV. Like.
Oh yeah, you already know.
So what about your like cooking makes?
No, you're fine.
What makes your cooking straight up Philly?
What make my cooking straight up Philly?
Yeah, like hints of like Philly.
Because you cook for your demographic.
Mm-hmm.
So I know my demographic.
You know your peoples.
Yeah, I know my demographic. So it's menus. I can show you countless menus that never had white and fish on it. But when I'm in the hood,
yeah,
I wish I would dare. You see what I'm saying? Not fry whiting.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like that. With like that being said, I grew up in the hood. I know what we've been eating, and I know what we've been complaining about. So that was my whole first job when I came back. When I first came to the hood to cook, I'ma kill the complaints. Everything I know everybody complain about, I'ma kill them. You see what I'm saying? So then it was this other reason I came back to the hood to cook was I used to frequent the bars in the hood. I'm from the hood. So before it was like Chef Corey, he another Philly cook, and then we had another Philly cook that had passed away, that famous from Rose. You feel me?
What's his name? Go ahead.
So yeah, you know, God rest his soul. But so they was like the first Philly bar cooks. You feel me? Like really holding it down in a bar, so it wasn't like a really big thing to do that.
It's just like exclusive.
Yeah, it was like so then I was like, all right, I'm gonna come to the hood too. You see what I'm saying? So then in all actuality, we was all in the same neighborhood at the same time. All of us. All like literally up and down Germantown Avenue. So, you know, it was.
Oh, y'all was killing it.
Yeah, no, we was
killing it.
No, we was killing it bad. We was killing it because we had the whole city. Yeah, we had the whole city. I ain't gonna hold you. So it was a good time. So like just being, you know, in the trenches and like seeing what the people want and being in that, you know, type. I don't care what nobody call it, and being in that competition at that time. You feel me? Because being in that competition at that time, everybody was seeing who had the best Alfredo. Everybody was seeing who had the best this. Everybody was seeing who had the best that.
For that.
Right. And I would literally, people would go get the Alfredo from there and then go get they such and such they mussels from him. You see what I'm saying? So like it was like crazy like that. So like I said, just being in that competition and you know trying to like win, it was a good job. But then me myself, you know, having a restaurant background,
very diverse.
I start going crazy. So I I said, I know what a poutine is. A poutine is a dish from Canada, right?
Isn't it like a rice?
No. A poutine is a dish from Canada. It's French fries with gravy.
Yeah.
French fries with
And like
gravy.
peas, right? Sometimes.
You could put vegetables or you could put a protein on it. Most of the time in Canada, they put like duck or whatever.
I seen cheese.
So it'd be like
too.
duck gravy on fries, right? So then one day I'm like, oh man, I want to make a poutine in the hood, right? So I'm just gonna convert the dishes. So then the poutine in the hood was French fries with cheese sauce and crab meat.
Okay.
Because I was about to say that gravy is not.
The
thick
crab
either.
fries.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's right there.
So that's where so before I did that, you couldn't even put crab meat and cheese together. It was a blasphemous thing in the culinary world. But I got a picture from like 2012 where I did it the first time with a bunch of white cheese. So I was trying to disguise the cheese and the crab meat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then that way that my upper chefs wouldn't say nothing to me, but I just wanted them to taste it. I wanted them to see, what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
So then once I brought it to the hood, crab fries went goofy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I started doing the seafood mac. Seafood mac just was going crazy.
So cheese and seafood don't go together in the.
It's not supposed to.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
no.
love it,
Cause
You know,
what? I love a good.
But then now,
Alfredo.
we had went through a whole like culinary a lot. Like
Yeah.
I tell you how the culinary world goes. We went through this whole thing of fusion. So then now you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fuse this, we're gonna fuse that. It might not last. Some things don't last, like sweet potato fries.
I don't like
Where
sweet
they
potato
at?
fries.
But no, where they at? They
I
gone.
don't like fries.
I mean,
Where you go to get your sweet potato fries?
give me 1 second. Landmark.
You see what I'm saying? A couple people kept them around, but at
It's
one
about-
point
but you're right though.
they was sweet potato fries. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
I never
It
got
used to be this
You get it
Pittsburgh
anywhere.
steak. You see what I'm saying? That
I was on the
came
same
and went. You see what I'm, yeah, so
or like healthy places.
Yeah.
It's a alternative.
Yeah.
right. So then as a chef and as a cook, I studied. So why collard greens ain't do that? Yeah, collard greens done stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's
You
good.
know what I'm saying? So that's a dish. It's dishes that pop up, be hot for a second, and then be gone. But some dishes stand the test of time. So like crab fries, that's why you never even heard me speak or ever say like, people copying my crab fries. I don't need to say that. My dish standing the test of time. I want everybody to do it. I don't want nobody to run away from it.
Mhm.
At some point, I want people to come to Philadelphia and say, I have to get me some crab fries and I have to get me a cheesesteak.
So let me ask you this,
You feel me?
because we had a personal conversation. And,
Right.
did you ever go to culinary school?
Yeah. I went to culinary school for like that fast.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. I drop it on here. You feel me? I'll get a real exclusive.
Ooh.
So what happened was,
I mean, we love that.
I went to culinary school at the age of 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even try to enroll until the age of 29. I made it to the 10th grade in high school. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't never graduate. I never had got a GED.
Mhm.
None of that. So at the age of 29, everybody keep advising me, boom, you need to go to culinary school. So how I get in culinary school? So they say, just go down there. They're going to tell you what you need. They're going to tell you what you need.
Mhm.
I go down there. One of the criteria on the list was a high school diploma or a GED. Right? Yeah, to
I
get
did not know that.
yeah, the Art Institute is an institute. It's college. Yeah, it's not. It's an institute.
I thought it was like a trade school.
No,
I thought.
yeah, the Art Institute is Art Institute. Yeah, it's not a
Damn.
trade school. So them people that come out of Art Institute with their degrees in fashion and culinary arts and all of that, those are
Eh,
degrees. So what happened was, I needed a high school diploma or GED.
Mhm.
So I made a phone call because, like I said, I was in the streets.
mhm.
And I bought my high school diploma,
Okay.
cash money, paid for it, manila envelope, don't open it up, take it to them people, and let them do whatever they gonna do with it.
Mm.
So then I got into the Art Institute. So I got my uniform, got all of my knife kit, got all the way, you feel me? I was all the way in, right? So what happened was I'm in, get a phone call one day from financial office or whatever it is. So they like, yo, you ain't never signed this paperwork that everybody from high school, when you graduate from high school, I guess y'all sign like a bunch of, y'all, I don't know what y'all business, but I don't know. I guess they sign like paperwork, like when you leave in high school, and one of the paperwork is selective service. So since I never signed selective service, and then now I was over the age of 25, I wasn't eligible for financial aid.
Ooh, and fast food, that was clutch.
So yeah, so I wasn't able to pay for it out of pocket. I wasn't able to have financial aid, but I had went there for like 2 or 3 weeks already. So Chef Scarduzio, he was big time in the city, in Center City. So he was like calling council people, like, no, we need to get him in school, paid for free. You see what I'm saying? All like, this is what needs to happen.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
like, so they didn't. You feel me? Because like I said, it's the
I
government.
wasn't able to.
Yeah, it's the government. But what happened was, I had already had the curriculum. They already gave me all the books.
So you just kept it. That's what I would do
Not
too.
kept it. I stopped watching TV 100%. Like I had 3 things that I dealt with in life, and that was being social, going to work, and watching TV. Like everybody else, Sports Center, football, basketball. So I sat down one day. I was like, which one of these things could I actually like get rid of? And I was like, I can't get rid of going to work. I'm not gonna stop being social. That means like partying and going out. So I'm not gonna stop doing neither one of them things. Guess what? It's TV. You've been eliminated. So I eliminated TV, and I was living good. I'm talking about I had like a little recliner in my room. I'm set up. You feel me? I'm in there. I'll be watching my TV and sitting in my recliner, all that. You feel me? So once I did that, once I made that decision, and I was so stressed out about not being able to go to school, I just started reading. I made myself read 10 pages a day of the curriculum. But in a worse way, I moved myself into my living room on an air bed, so then that way I wouldn't be comfortable.
That's how I do my homework too. I had to be comfortable.
So then I would literally like do the most boring thing to put me back to sleep. Keep reading. So I'm just making myself uncomfortable, making myself read. You see what I'm saying? So then at the end of the day, now I'm really going through the curriculum. And then sometimes I would get to a certain place where I would have to go in my kitchen and like do some of the stuff in the book. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's like yeah, so like that's the real story, you know, of like how or why, you know, I was able to be accepted into the American Culinary Federation without having or graduating from an art institute. You see what I'm saying? Because they know I know. They know for a fact Chef Millie know. He know everything. He can take. You see what I'm saying? So you know, that's the real story. You feel me? I wasn't, you know, now it's on tape. You feel me? People heard it before, but now it's on tape. You feel me? I was gonna wait for a book one day. Right at the end of the day,
this lives forever.
Paid cash for a high school diploma. That's why I'm the #1 food trapper.
Period. What's one food trend that you think needs to stop?
Oh man, one food trend that I think need to stop. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna say this to the whole world. Just when you make a piece of salmon, right? I don't care who you is. I don't care how popular
exactly
you is.
What you're about to say too.
No. It's a brown line on the bottom of the salmon, right? That you should never look at when you cooking it or when you serving it. So that's the only thing that I think need.
Really?
That I'm talking about. Literally, you could come up with dishes. Y'all could do this. Y'all could do that. I'm talking about put mayonnaise on turkey. I don't care about none of that. You feel me? I don't care about.
What about that one, yo?
No, they kill it on Thanksgiving with that.
Wait, huh?
Yeah,
oh, like
yeah,
because they be like frying it, right?
But yeah,
it makes it moist.
Right.
Okay.
So they like literally it's a like like
You've been on a this is the second time today, y'all. The first time, third.
So but no, yeah. But food trends, you feel me? We need food trends. We need them to, you know, pop and go. But just like doing stuff technically right, that's the only thing I'm worried about. So I'll be looking at on Instagram or whatever, and then
zooming in.
No, I can see it from a mile away. Yeah, like I can see it.
You cheated it. You cheated it. Not do this.
And that's the only thing. Like
Number one.
you got 150,000 likes. Everybody in the comments is a popping dish, and then I'm like, oh, I wish if you just flip the salmon over,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? It would
yeah,
be
I
technically right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the bottom, right?
Yeah, that's the bottom of the fish, and then it's just not. You're not supposed to look at it.
You know what I thought you was gonna say? I thought you was gonna say people don't cook their salmon long enough because
Oh.
I've heard that before.
Nah,
Because
they
I like my salmon done.
So I'm gonna tell you,
Not
So,
because
so you which fried or baked?
no
no
baked.
baked.
Okay.
So that goes back again to cooking for your demographic. You feel me? That's the demographic, and another demographic, they want their salmon cooked like a steak.
Mhm.
From like medium well, medium rare, medium. So if you go to like a high-end restaurant, there is really actually no temperature, and it's just cooked all the way through
Mhm.
and not dry. So
That
that's
one definitely don't be dry.
so no, but that's what I'm
I
saying.
like mine a little dry.
So yeah, and that's why I say
Yeah.
that's a personal preference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just a personal preference.
Back to Hell's Kitchen. You were on one of the toughest cooking shows ever. How did you get on Hell's Kitchen?
I was popping on the gram. On
That's always how it
Instagram,
is.
flexing, like for real, like 100%. That's why I don't got no other platforms.
Okay.
That's why you don't see me on TikTok. That's why you don't see me on Facebook.
I think you
TikTok.
could
You know
be
what I'm saying?
popping on TikTok.
No, I know I could, but again, I ain't gonna hold you. I've never paid for an ad on Instagram. I've never paid.
So you
for
don't think it's no need to do that?
No. You can see. You can go to my Instagram and see it right
I'm
now.
talking about switch over to TikTok because TikTok be popping.
No, TikTok do be problem.
You
But
got the TikTok app on your phone?
so again,
You don't get
how I got on Hell's Kitchen was I was popping on Instagram. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they dropped the casting call and they said that it was coming to Philly. But again, I ain't see it on TV. I wasn't paying attention. You see what I'm saying? I'm just so worried about,
Mhm.
cooking my food good and
Customers.
that so many people added my name to the casting call.
That's love.
What? That's the
Hell's
best.
Kitchen went to my page and sent me an email because I had my email, set up and all that on Instagram. So one day I'm just sitting there, I check my email. They're like, "Yo, you trying to come try out for Hell's Kitchen?" I'm like,
So
Why?
let's get this straight. How lucky is Hell's Kitchen? For the simple fact of the matter is, how many times you check your email before that?
"Oh man."
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
It's
yeah,
like that spirit of moment.
it was. No, I know that. I know what I was doing. I wasn't doing nothing. You feel me? I literally wasn't doing
I was
nothing.
like, let me check my email.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, it was on some like, let me check my email, John, and then it was there, and then I'm like, so I started sending it to other people, like, you think this joint real?
I was
You know
on a
what I'm saying?
scam.
Boom. So I hit them back. They started corresponding with me. I went to the audition or whatever, and went to the audition. I'm watching how they calling people. They calling people in 3s or they calling people in 4s or whatever, right? So my number is whatever it is. So then the audition's supposed to be over at a certain time. So I'm like, man, this shit taking too long. I gotta get back to the bar.
Mhm.
Y'all tripping. You feel me? Like Temple. You feel me? Like Temple. That's when I had the bar right next to Temple on Germantown and Rising Sun. So I had the lunch crowd rolling at Temple. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about they calling for 100 wings. They all
You got
kinds
the
of stuff.
nurses, you got the college students.
Right.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
rolling over there. So I'm like, this joint gotta hurry up. So I'm calling my folks. They sitting outside. They like, no, Melly, be patient, be patient, be patient. So me not being patient, I just literally start following the line. Like, they calling them the next stop, they going over there. They calling them the next stop, they going over there. Calling them the next stop, they going over there. So then now I can see, is it going, be done and over with? Should I roll? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I get to where they calling the people, like, in the room. Bull come out the door. He say, who next? Everybody look at each other. Me.
I know that's right. Because why are y'all looking?
Literally, everybody look at each other. Me. I go in. I'm sitting at the table. They start asking me, little audition questions. So they say, how are you in the kitchen? They're like, give us an example of how you are in the kitchen. Cool. So I go to stand up. So they look at me like, why you standing up? I say, well, I don't really do nothing in the kitchen sitting down. So
Yeah.
y'all asked me to give y'all an example of me in the kitchen. How can I do that sitting down?
Yeah.
So they like, so now they like, I'm seeing them because it's like 4 people sitting around and they talking to other guests or other people too. So I'm like, So they like calm down, like. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. So I sit down, I tell them, you know, a little. I tell them actually, I say I'm like Peyton Manning in the kitchen. You feel me? If you ever watch Peyton Manning, he controlling the whole field. You feel me? Like from where he's standing at, he just controlling the whole field. So then they like, all right. So then they want to conjugate and all this old goofy shit. So I'm like, listen, right? I done filled out paperwork. I told them, I said, listen, I done filled out paperwork. Y'all got both my phone numbers. If we done, get with me. I gotta go. They like.
They wanted you.
You feel me? They like. So I'm like, all right. So they like, just give us 1 second. So then they take me somewhere else. They like, yeah, you'll receive a text message. I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm skating. Boom. Tell my folks, meet me outside. I'm gone. I'm talking about literally. I stepped 1 foot over the threshold. Text message.
That energy is what got him.
I'm like, damn. So I get the text message. They say come to New York, right? For like a green screen or whatever, right? No cat. Never been to New York a day in my life before that point. What I need to go to New York for? I'm a hood nigga. I'm going to King of Prussia, get my Prada sneaks. I'm going. What I need to go to New York for? I ain't never go to New York because I had never like been in the what is it, like Statue of Liberty and all that for graduation.
Times Square and stuff.
None of that. I ain't never went. Like I wasn't into none of that. You feel me? I was like, you know, real bricks, real hood. So so that was like a whole thing, you know, trying to figure it. This was for the first time ever, trying to figure out how to get to New York. Boom. So I figured that out. I get up there. It was like a real experience. You see what I'm saying? Like a real experience of them, you know, trying to get me on a Hell's Kitchen, John, because I was supposed to be on season 13. You feel me? But they do like a real background check. You feel me? Like when I say a real John. No, yeah, they take blood. Yeah, no, it's
mandatory though.
They testing for everything. You might go on TV and bite somebody. They'll be liable. You know what I'm saying? No, not Hell's Kitchen.
Any
TV period. No, it ain't no joke. Like it ain't. You can't go on none of them reality shows. You know,
makes sense.
Yeah. So it's all for safety of others. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta get. You know, it's a whole lot that go on. So once they did all that, they figured out like, nah, bro. You gotta go take care of all of the, you know, little warrants and all that shit you got back in Philly. They like, we really bang with you though. So if you could take care of, you know, all of your, you know, your legal stuff, then we'll wait for you. If you could prove to us that it's all done, we'll put you on season 14. Boom, voila, season 14. I go on season 14, and you know, the rest is history. You know what I'm saying?
What's the wildest thing that happened behind the scenes?
The wildest thing that happened behind the scenes?
I think was one with the testing and all that.
Well, no, that ain't even behind the scenes. That's just like, you know, standard. I don't want nobody ever to think, you feel me, you're gonna go on TV and, you know, you're not gonna be safe or it's not gonna be real. Like, it's gonna be real. So, you know, just to be honest with y'all, what y'all do now, you know, they'll know. Like, you see what I'm saying? So if you, like, really got aspirations to go on TV, you really need to chill. It ain't no joke. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, what you asked me? The craziest thing behind the scenes. Yeah. Craziest thing behind the scenes, man. My boy Brett, bro. My boy Brett, and that's my brother from Miami. That's my bro. I'm talking about Chef Game. But if y'all go watch the show, he got eliminated because he hurt his back.
Oh, okay.
He hurt his back going to sit on the toilet, bro, and his back went out. Not like live in a box. not like. I'm talking about they had to go get him out the bathroom.
It's embarrassing,
yeah, bro, and he couldn't walk no more. He couldn't walk. He couldn't walk. But no, I'm saying like his back went out. You know, he got better eventually or whatever. But he couldn't walk. No more. Yeah, to like try to compete on a show. Mm-hmm. So then he wound up coming back another season or whatever. Blah blah blah.
I want to come back.
But yeah, like I said, but he was doing, when I say phenomenal on season 14. And then it was like me and Brett, we was like, Brett is a New York white guy that really got his N-word pass. Like 100%. No, when I say like, it's the wildest shit I ever seen in my life. Like I've been in New York with him. And I'm like, I can't believe this. Like, and like, is in his blood. Like he grew up that way. Genuine. Like, and I'm like, wow, like, and it's just him. But like I said, that's my brother. Like that's really my brother. And cause he Italian, so you know.
I figured.
Yeah, whatever it is,
Yeah.
like whatever they got going on, I ain't never gonna dig deep into it anyway. You feel me? So.
Hurt your back going on.
But yeah, that was the craziest thing that really like happened behind the scenes. You feel me? I don't know how it played out on TV. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they like showed it on TV, but
I'm actually go look at that so I can see how they played that out, because there's no way I'm going to be on a show and y'all tell the people watching that I got eliminated because I hurt my back on the toilet. What?
no,
That's violating.
that's the only thing I can really think of. Though.
Gordon Ramsay keeps it real. What's the best advice he gave you?
The best advice Gordon Ramsay gave me was that I could cook.
Mm.
Straight up.
And that's
No, he's seen my hesitation. You
Okay.
feel me? So you could see when somebody like, should I do it? Should I? You know what I'm saying? So he had seen my hesitation and he wanted it to stop.
Mm.
He wanted me to just go through. You feel me? So he like, yo, what's going on with you? Like, what's up with you? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Everything I did up until this time, I just was practicing, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep
it's the real deal.
Like, I was just practicing, bro. So he like, all right, well, I'm telling you right here, right now, you can cook. So, and that was that.
Mm.
So that was like really the best advice he gave me. And then, but then it was Chef James Avery.
Okay.
Mhm.
Chef James Avery, look him up on Instagram. He right over Jersey. Talking about he like a genius chef. He real modest, but he great. But he the one that told me when everybody was standing around in the kitchen at Hell's Kitchen, he Gordon Ramsay's sous chef.
Okay.
Mhm.
Main one. You feel me? So everybody talking about what they gonna do after the show, right?
Okay.
So everybody, yeah, I'm chef here, so I'm gonna go do this, and
Mhm.
so then they get around to me, and he like, you know, Millie, you know, this is one time he really talking to us. He like, Millie, what you gonna do after the show? I'm like, nah, you know, I got something going on. You're like, well, tell us then. So I'm like, no, there's something going on back in the hood or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So he was the one. James Avery was the one that said, no matter where you're at, if you cooking the food properly, make sure they got the address because they coming.
Mm.
So
I know
that's
that's right.
why I was on 22nd in Indiana. That's why to this day,
Mhm.
y'all see me promo and put the address. I don't care where I'm at. I'ma burn it down. It don't matter what neighborhood it is. Look at the address. Pull up on me. You feel me?
Facts. We had a chance to sample the food, and that shit was delicious.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that came from James Avery.
No
I'm
complaint.
stamping it myself.
That came from James.
If you had to cook for Gordon today, what's the one dish you will make to blow his mind?
If I had to cook for Gordon,
Mm.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would probably have like my 8-year-old son making something at this point. You feel me?
You training him?
No, not training him, but he could just cook. You feel me? That's my partner. That's my ace boom coon.
Mm.
So I can tell him put a chicken in the oven. You feel me? My son, Lil Millie, if he wanted to tell anybody right now and pay me $150 a day, I come cook at your bar, they'll pay him $150 every day.
Your son? Oh, that's
So at the end of the day, like that's what I call on a plethora of young boys that said they ain't never cooked in their life, and then now to walk around Philly say they're the best cook in Philly.
I know that's
So
right.
that's what I would do for Gordon Ramsay at this point if I had to cook a dish for him.
'Cause you
Showing,
ain't gotta do it no more.
yeah, not even showing that I don't got to do it no more, but showing how I gave it back to the hood. You know what I'm saying? And now there's a bunch of young boys that's really like got their chest poked out.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Saying I'm chef such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, you got somebody that you can compete with, and you know they think I'm somebody that they can compete
Mhm.
with, so they got like something that they could, they got a benchmark. You feel me?
Mhm.
I could act like this. I should act like this. I should
Mhm.
move like this. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then now, it is what it is.
Your son like cooking with you?
Which one? The little one?
Whichever one.
No.
8-year-old, right?
No. They act like they do. But yeah. But the big one, no, the big one is beautiful that we don't cook together no more. He got his own life going on.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, my son goes to the market.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? He go to the market and he at the stove making a steak. You feel me? Making a steak and some mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 27 years old, you know, he making a real steak and mashed potatoes, and he know, boom, at the end of the day, I could burn this down for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna cost me a good 30, 40. I'm gonna eat great. You see what I'm saying? And then now when it's time for everybody to go out and party, he up.
Yep.
Cause he spending,
Mm-hmm.
so now whatever
Like
we want to do,
groceries.
you know what I'm saying?
Let me
So,
ask you a personal question.
Mhm.
Have you ever thought about doing your own school, like giving back for the kids?
I did. Go ahead.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, on a small scale.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, as far as doing it nonprofit, just teaching the youth how to cook, because that's the issue now that we have, like with our kids that's growing up.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to do it like that because
Okay.
it's an issue.
What?
So since it's an issue, I don't want to do it nonprofit, small. It's a Philadelphia school district issue. That's what I want to do. I want to do
They
it.
don't have culinary classes no more for real.
Ooh.
All that.
No, not even culinary class. It was home ec.
Yeah, home ec. Home ec.
It was home ec.
That's home
Yeah.
was William
Because that's sewing.
No,
that's cooking.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Is I don't even understand what that means. When I was in school,
Mhm.
you went from gym
Yeah.
to home ec. You had a quarter of gym.
Mhm.
You had
It was math, then home ec.
no. You had a quarter year of gym. You had a quarter year of home ec.
No, I get what you said.
Or
But in William Penn, the gym ain't had nothing to do with home ec.
no, I went to Penn for a second. I had swimming at Penn.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had swimming at Penn. You feel me? So I understand, bro. I used to have to run the whole hallway to get to
Oh.
swim at the advisory. Like,
That was the longest hallway in the world.
if I walked it from advisory to first class, I would be
I
late.
was telling somebody the same thing, my brother.
Yeah.
When you walk in the front door, that ain't even where the class is at.
No.
They got some over there, which is home ec.
Yeah.
Home ec on that side.
Yeah.
But that's the principal office.
Yeah.
The principal ain't got nothing to do with
Bro,
it.
you just gave me a crazy flashback of that home ec on that first floor, bro.
That joint's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. Because I came
I
from
forgot
Starter
they even
Fleischer.
had the swim team though.
Yeah, I came from Starter Fleischer and I had home ec over there.
Oh,
And not only was it the cooking part, it was the sewing part.
Mhm.
yeah, that's what.
You had to
that's
take
what
care of the
home ec
babies, right?
was
Oh,
For me. So it was the sewing, then the cooking.
All right,
So
all right.
then she'll pick whatever time she wants
Right.
out of the week that
Mhm.
you will do sewing or you'll do
I had that
cooking.
in like 7th
And
grade.
she'll do different things with different
Bro,
classes.
I had like little shop class when I was in like what was that, like 7th, 8th grade?
Oh, what class?
Yeah, we had like shop, like you would cut wood and make little benches and like
What?
yeah, we had shop class.
Yeah, I had one of
Yeah.
those at my school too.
Yeah,
We had
that's
that
what
in
I'm
like
saying.
high
It
school.
was somewhere.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's an issue.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's a real issue because if we was able, like how I was, my homies used to sell candy. I used to sell hot dogs.
Mhm.
And I used to like set a little fire and like put them on a stick. I used to watch Channel 12 and shit, like make little hot dogs and s'mores and shit.
Okay.
But now, them kids, if they had an opportunity like to go to school and learn how to cook and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know what would happen. I don't know. But if they missing it, they should have it. You know what I'm saying? Because we was learning like good life skills. You know what I'm saying? Like life skills, like home economics and stuff like that. It might have been forming you, to be like a good person in America.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know what happened or if people got against it or where it went to.
Yeah.
Because at the end, like I said, it's just a
My
bad
thing was
job.
more so the funding.
That-
So basically, just
But they still go to school.
no. But the food purpose. So now, what my teacher was doing after a while, like, cause she was only getting a certain amount of money for the month, but that didn't feed all her classes.
Right. So where the soda tax money going? Cause that shit
I'm
dumb.
still trying to
Hey,
figure it out.
we trying to figure
So-
it out.
so-
We got potholes.
Potholes is crazy.
Cause I'm willing,
Ridiculous.
I'm willing to
And they done
help
shut
with
down
the home
schools.
ec. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm willing to help with the home ec, but I'm talking about like when I say willing to help with the home
I
ec,
get what you're saying.
because You know, I've ran, you know, like large operations. I was the chef instructor at OIC.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
So you can actually make a curriculum.
Yeah, I could make a curriculum, and then like I had a curriculum for my own culinary class. You know, it was youngsters from like 12 to 16 or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And then one of my young boys used to work at Golf and Social when he was 16, and then one of my 12-year-olds now work at Table for Three because she's now turned 16. You see what I'm saying? Just waiting her turn. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, she waited 4 years to now be able to come work for her chef that taught her how to cook in the first place.
Oh, that's sweet.
There you go, little leg anyway.
All right, we about to play some games. You're gonna have to pick one. Don't think too hard.
Yeah, I ain't.
You ready?
Yeah.
Cast iron or non-stick?
Non-stick.
Surf or turf?
Surf.
Surf?
Yeah.
Sweet or spicy?
Sweet.
Steak well done or kicking out?
Not well done.
Not well done.
I don't know if that was a negative term, the other one, but yeah, not well done. Because well done is a negative term to me.
All right, last one. Street food or fine dining?
Fine dining. Yeah, fine dining. Fine dining.
Really?
Yeah.
Street food be busting.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm cool with, you know, street food only tastes good when you drunk as shit.
That
Street food.
I did too.
No, I'm talking about, see, what we talking about? I'm talking about street food. I'm talking about like in Cancun, there's a little lady pushing a shopping cart and making like tacos on a shopping
Oh,
cart.
like okay, like on
I'm not talking about like in the hood food. Yeah, I'm talking about
like
street food.
food.
I'm talking about
Like the halal trucks and stuff.
Yeah. That's
Like
what I'm
the
talking
halal
about.
trucks.
No, it's not. I eat the chicken and the rice, and that's why I say I'm from the hood. There's certain things that I eat that I won't even cook. You see what I'm saying? Like I eat frozen mussels, the New Zealand mussels, the big ones. They come frozen, but on my menus, I've never served them one time. I only cook fresh mussels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not what I want. It's what
about
people
what
want.
the
You know what
customers
I'm saying? So yeah, so I thought you were saying like that style street food over fine dining. But no, it's some people now. There's some people in the hood that get Michelin stars. So if you in the hood, you can get a Michelin star. You got fine dining in the hood.
Yeah.
You
So,
got one.
right.
So we got another game called Mystery Box. Well, Mystery Basket. I'll give you 3 random ingredients. Tell me what dish will you make. Hot Cheetos, salmon, and mango.
Hot Cheetos, salmon, and mango. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. I would make a salmon crusted with the hot Cheetos. I would use the hot Cheetos as like a breader and just deep fry the salmon. So then the salmon would be like spicy, and then make a mango sauce, and then you got a sweet salmon fried.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Easy.
I love mangoes.
Like it was easy. I did a
Call like the vibe special.
What was that? What was it? Cheetos? You said hot Cheetos.
So,
I did a hot Cheetos turkey on Fox 29 for Thanksgiving one year.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did a hot
turkey.
Cheetos turkey. It was a hot Cheetos stuffing. I did like a whole Thanksgiving of hot Cheetos. So then when they put me on the news, because that's what they wanted me to do. It was hot Cheetos flaming hot or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it was going viral or whatever on. So they wanted me to do all flaming hot food. So I go up there and do all flaming hot food, and guess what I tell them? Y'all just wanted me to make a big Chi-Chi dinner.
Literally.
Chi-Chi dinner.
The episode.
They ain't even, that's what I'm saying.
We got the episode name.
You see what I'm saying?
Cheesy.
Like, y'all just wanted me to make a big Chi-Chi
That's
dinner.
exactly what it is.
But like I said,
Cheese dinner.
but they thinking they bringing me on TV because Hot Cheetos is going viral.
No.
Oh, y'all got me chopped. I'm gonna tell y'all what it really is.
Yeah.
Y'all made me. Y'all wanted a hot
When this
Chi
came-
dinner, like.
When the question came up, we said that though.
Right.
He's like, he gonna say that, but that's just a hot Cheeto.
Oh no, yeah, I ain't making no Chi-Chi
I mean,
though.
Chi-Chi.
Yeah, I ain't making no Chi-Chis though. I'm gonna use
Chi-Chi's
the
is crazy.
hot Cheetos, crumble them up, use that for bread, deep fry the salmon with the hot Cheetos, bring that up. Now it's crispy, spicy, and then make a little mango. I'm talking about not even a mango sauce. Just smush the mangoes and throw them on them. I only need them 3 ingredients. I don't even need nothing outside of the 3.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I would eat it.
I'm gonna be real about
Really?
this. Bro, I don't even like hot Cheetos, and I think I'll try it.
Nah, bro, that's what I say.
I like all 3
You feel me?
ingredients.
I think I really would try that.
That's what I say.
You made that.
Really-
Right, because you trust his hand. Because you trust his
Yeah,
hand.
yeah,
yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie about
we
that.
ain't getting no BS. We know that.
Right.
Yeah, I was fucking with when he said, so y'all don't think Kensington deserve fried lobster? Oh,
You feel me?
illest marketing ever.
You feel me? Like, come on, man.
Illest marketing ever.
Tell me no then. Say no. You see what I'm saying?
Do
That
they?
was crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
They
don't
deserve
do
it.
then.
Oh. Game number 3, rapid fire.
Hold
Say the first thing that comes to mind. Pineapples on pizza. Yes or no?
on. Pizza.
No, pineapples on
Oh,
pizza.
pineapples on pizza? No.
I agree.
No.
What's the most overrated dish to you?
The most overrated dish? Burrito tacos.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I get that.
Cause you
A lot of people
all you
don't even
doing
make it.
all you doing is
It's a quesadilla, kind of.
dipping that dry ass beef back in the soup. That's all you doing.
Yo.
Like, so
That's
I'm
fair. They do kind of be dry sometimes. They do.
and I don't even know. I
Yeah.
don't even eat them, but I just know the process. So I know for a fact that's what they doing. That's why I never purchased them because I know that's what they.
Wow.
So you tried it for yourself, like you made it home and
No,
no
no, I'm
big
making
deal.
short ribs every time. I'm cool. I'm gonna make me some short ribs. I put them on oodles and noodles. I'm cool. Like, no, I'm cool with making like a.
Short ribs and oodles and noodles.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the caption for this one. That's the name of it.
Short ribs and oodles noodles.
Short ribs and oodles and noodles.
You know what I'm saying? So
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Oodles.
there's a
What's-
picture on my page of it.
No, listen, man.
There's
Listen.
I got a picture of it.
When you cover that place, anything with noodles, and it's pop.
You feel me?
What's a guilty pleasure food you love but won't admit to other people?
Damn, I'm about to tell y'all then.
Well, to other chefs. My fault.
Oh, to other chefs?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I eat a lot of fried chicken. Like,
How is
like
that? That's
no,
like-
no. Like,
Too much.
yeah. Like I could eat like fried chicken, like too much of it, like 6 times. Like, you know, you eat 3 meals a day.
Hmm.
Like I could eat fried chicken. Like just
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, like over and over and over again. But then like it's like
So what you get?
Just-
Chicken and waffles from
no.
for breakfast.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nothing with it.
Oh shit.
Like
Wait,
absolutely
fried
nothing
chicken?
with it. Just fried chicken. Just fried chicken and iced tea.
It's a lot,
I'm
man.
talking about-
This normally happen. You didn't have a lot of fried chicken when you was younger.
No, probably not. Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I ain't had, yeah.
That's how it is for-
That's why
yeah.
I hate macaroni and cheese.
Because you ate too much of it growing up.
Too much of it growing up.
Yeah, no, I ain't. And that's why I said,
What the hell was wrong with her?
but yeah, I could eat and that's why I say one of my homies, he a good friend of mine. He used to peep it, and he used to be like, he's like, bro, chill out the fried chicken, because he knew like if I was eating a lot of it, I was stressed out.
Oh,
Like he was like he'd be like chill, like
that's
so he could
sweet.
actually see like bro eating so much fried chicken, he must be stressing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love friendships like that.
Shit.
Yeah, right.
So I can slap the fried chicken out of your hand when I see you.
Bruh.
Because you
All
can't
right.
do that.
I ain't gonna hold you that. And that's why I say a guilty pleasure. You feel me? It take me away from everything. A piece of fried chicken, that take me away.
We tear all that.
Take everything away. You feel me?
Go back.
Oh, and strawberry milkshakes from McDonald's.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
kind of from someone who worked
Yeah,
at
so-
McDonald's. You're bogus.
No, I worked at McDonald's too. I was a manager at McDonald's. Yeah.
Same.
And I could clean it. I
They
used to
don't clean
be
that shake machine.
No, see that's what I'm saying. My shake machine never was broke.
Mine was. I was on
Ever.
Oregon Ave.
No, when I
Always broke.
ever broke, ever.
Always.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's because they didn't clean it though. Before
Yeah,
I
no,
got
it
it,
was
they never
that
cleaned it.
joint's sensitive.
Ooh. I thought whoever eat there, but they don't.
That's why it's always broke. If it's broke, then yeah. But if they
strawberry?
milkshake machine work all of the time, they clean it properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I used to work at Chick-fil-A too. We had to clean that every single
Yeah.
night. You have to take out everything
Yeah.
every
All
other
the
hour,
baskets
like the
and
little
all of that.
the pull out thing and whatever's touching directly to the food. You
I
have
was
to
the
clean
manager
it.
at McDonald's. Sit in the basement.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me? Well, food will be forever. So
course.
so food will be forever. But right now, I've decided to do a clothing brand.
Mm.
Yeah, and so I decided to do a clothing brand, and it's after my style of dressing. So it's called Damage Supply. So my vision for Damage Supply is like the factories when they making the clothes, and then stuff come down, and they say, "Oh, this is damaged," and then they throw it to the side. Yeah, that's the Damage Supply. So we
That's
want.
dope.
Yeah.
To y'all for the low.
You
Y'all
know what I'm saying? So but it's all like new age vintage. You see what I'm saying? All new age vintage. It's all everything will be not just distressed, but like damaged. So we using all kinds of methods. You see what I'm saying? We running stuff over. We lighting stuff on fire. So we really like damaging it.
Like literally.
Yeah, like
it's in the name.
Yeah, we damaging it. So be on the lookout for Damage Supply because it's gonna be everything. It's gonna be everything from damaged hats to damaged hoodies, damaged pants, damaged everything.
That's dope. What's one piece of advice for young chefs trying to make it?
The best advice for young chefs trying to make it, like, pay attention. You feel me? Pay attention and focus. And like some side note advice is take care of your feet because if your feet hurt, you can't stand up and cook. So
Rock non-slips are the best non-slips for me.
well, I'm old school, so I'm Birkenstock non-slips. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, you
Yeah.
got that one. I tried them once. They hurt.
Which ones?
The Birken.
The ones that's shaped like Crocs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
And
had
Quirk. But that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Birkenstock Crocs. But right now it's like kind of like loose. It's real loose. So they got a lot of new products. Like they got a lot of new products and footwear. Like shoes for crews. Like shoes for crews got a lot of new products. So check out the shoes for crews.
Y'all heard that? Shoes for crews.
And make sure y'all get y'all discounts when somebody else buys something. But
Where can people follow you and support your work?
right now you can follow me at Chef Millie on Instagram. You feel me? Always go to Instagram and type in Chef Millie. I'll pop up. You can Google Chef Millie. My Instagram will pop up.
Yeah.
So it's always Chef Millie on Instagram. And I post every day. Every day I post where I'm at, where the food is at.
Address.
So is every day, 365 days a year. Instagram Chef Millie.
Any final words for everyone? Yeah. Any final words?
No, I would like to thank y'all for bringing me on the show.
Yes.
And having me on y'all platform, and I don't know how we even got to the point of me letting y'all know like I bought my high school diploma and stuff. But like I said, that was the first time I ever let that be recorded. But my final words is I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't believe in it, ain't nobody gonna believe in it. So as soon as you doubt it, everybody should doubt it. You feel me? So if you're gonna go at something, you gotta go at it 100% like you believe in it, because if you don't believe in it, as soon as you doubt it, everybody else gonna be like, man, I ain't fucking with it neither.
Right.
Damn Supply got an Instagram too, right?
Yeah. Damage Supply, Damage Supply 1979. But like I said, that's on Chef Millie's bio. You feel me? Click the link in my bio. Damage Supply is on that page, But like I said, Damage Supply is coming, and it's that look. It's gonna be that look, and it's just that piece that you need to go with your other pieces. Yeah.
Damn Supply is here to come and stay for many years.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate you for coming in and sharing your story, letting us get to know you better. I want you to know that this platform is for you. Anytime you want to come on, express yourself, even if you want to become a co-host.
Right.
Just chop it up with us.
Right.
Just want to do something different.
No, and that's why I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think that's what this platform needs to do. I think like if you got something going on out there and you think you want to bring something to the world and you think you want to get on the platform, you feel me? This is one of those platforms that you need to reach out to and say, listen, I got something big coming, you feel me? I got an album release coming. I'm about to open up a restaurant. You feel me? So I need to come on there and take some time and tell people about what I need to happen. So that's one of these type of, it's just not a podcast.
Absolutely.
It's like a what they be saying, like Drink Champs and all of them, like they bring in that stuff to the public. Like it's a platform. Yeah, it's a platform. You see what I'm saying? So it's just not a podcast, it's a platform. To like
like that.
You already know.
Vibes Podcast is now Chef Philly Show. Really?
No, but I'm definitely going frequent though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm a frequent, and then like I said, if y'all want to call me in, for like guest host, because it might be somebody that I might want to. Y'all want me to ask them questions about their culinary background or whatever it is, and then like I said, it's just all the sky's the limit. You feel me?
Always.
The sky's the limit.
Show or something. Maybe we can start a little cooking show or something, man.
Whip it up a little bit. I
Whip it up a little.
I got some skills.
Whipping up with Chef Millie or something, man.
You feel me?
I got some skills.
We really appreciate you. It's been great having you. I wish you nothing but the best in
I appreciate that, bro.
life and everything that you got going on.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we're here to support any way that we can. Also, for the viewers, make sure y'all follow Chef Millie on Instagram. Make sure y'all also follow the Vibes Podcast on all platforms. You make sure y'all subscribe to YouTube, like, comment, share. Make sure y'all download RTN TV Network on Google Play Store, Amazon Fire Stick, Roku TV, and also Apple TV. And we out. You know the vibe.
Wow.
No, this ain't the liquor talk, this is real nigga talk. Ever seen big steppers walk, big footprints be in the mud. Better watch your head duck, nigga, I'ma cut above. Even when I'm off the drugs, niggas shouldn't try they luck.